In November of last year, I was walking along the Platte River Trail with a good friend of mine, and I was telling him how it seemed like every single week I would work hard every single week, and I would go negative $900 or negative $1,100. And I was getting frustrated at this point because at this point I wasn't able to pay ourselves as much, but I knew I needed to buy inventory. And he's like, well, that's good. I'm like, why is that good? I'm going negative $900 every single week. How is this a good thing? And he's like, you're in an inventory-based business, and the lever that you pull in order to make more money is spending more money. And from then on, I ended up going and doing a record sales month in December. I doubled my sales. It was around 17K in November, and I ended up doing around 31K in December. And it wasn't just a Q4 thing, it was a mindset thing when it came to inventory. Since then, I've done 39K and 48K in sales in January and February. And the point is that in order to make more money, you need to spend more money on profitable inventory. And so this week, for example, I had around $8,000 come in from payouts, and I spent $15,000 on inventory. And so I ended up losing that $7,000. It's gone. I don't have that money anymore. But the point is that that money is going to come back to me, and it's going to come back to me with the profit that's baked into that, unless I did something completely wrong, which over the last several months I've been doing things really well when it comes to margins. So the point is, it's an inventory-based business. You need to be spending more on inventory, and that's the lever that you're going to have to pull in order to go to the next level. Whether it's reinvesting profits for a while, whether it's using credit, whether it's doing a combination of both, if you're wanting to scale, you're going to have to spend more on inventory. And so obviously you don't go and do this from day one. You want to make sure that you actually know what you're doing. You want to make sure that you make few enough mistakes that you're actually going to still make money after spending this money and after things go wrong. So maybe do this when you have a couple months experience and have a feel for what mistakes are like and how that works and how you're able to even get out of those mistakes oftentimes with profits still. I spent a lot of time doing a very similar amount of sales when I could have been scaling much, much earlier. And I don't want you guys to make the same mistake where you end up feeling like this is your cap and you can't do much more than that. Because that was a problem that I was having for a long time. I really was getting concerned because it seemed like for several weeks, because there is a several week period for things to go active and then sometimes things don't sell immediately. It felt like I was just spending money and I kept going negative for weeks and weeks and weeks. But the point is that you have to keep spending money on inventory, and you're going to go negative for a while. But if you're wanting to reinvest your profits, those things will eventually sell, and you'll eventually grow your store much, much more. A thing I've been doing recently is I've been purposely buying less stock of inventory to make sure that the things that I'm selling actually sell quickly. So instead of going and buying 6 weeks worth of inventory, sometimes now I'm even just buying 2 weeks of inventory. And this helps the money cycle through faster, and I end up getting paid faster. You're going to have to build your store value up to a certain amount in order to make the certain profit that you're wanting to make. And then once you're at that point, you can maintain and stop spending more money every single week and just have a baseline of what you're trying to spend, and you'll be able to pocket that profit if that's what you're wanting to do. But until you're at that point, you really do need to just keep reinvesting into your store. And that's not a problem. That's just part of growing your Amazon store. So if this was a cool mindset shift for you and you feel like this is going to help you spend more on inventory and eventually make more money, if this was helpful for you, feel free to help me out and like the video and subscribe. I'm trying to give you guys good content. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me on Instagram or TikTok. Take care.